Hey guys, RC here. Welcome back to Football Manager 18, and this is episode 84 of our Journeyman save. I tell you what, the one thing I like the least, I think, about Football Manager is the off season. From the end of the season to the start of the next season, it is so long. And you can't go on vacation because there's inevitably dozens of emails that pop up that need your attention that you miss, and then bad things happen. It just takes forever. So yeah, I mean, it's been 3 weeks, I think. 2 weeks since I finished last season, and I'm just getting to start the next season today. So it is a time drain just to sit there and click buttons to get through the off season. Anyway, moving on. So I had to make a really tough decision this year. First off, I did not get any other job offers. So I am still at Villareal, and we will be here this year. I am recording this. Today is September something. September 2nd. So I'll probably get a little bit of playing done this week because I am on vacation. I've got some things to do around the house, but nothing major. So I should get a little playing done this week as I don't have work. But keeping in mind that I probably want to finish up around the beginning of October, maybe the end of the first week of October for the Journeyman, and then that'll give me a few weeks off that I don't have to record Football Manager, pending the release of FM18, which of course then we'll jump right back in. So I will be pre-ordering it. I have not done so yet. Probably by the end of this month, and I will do that. And so we'll get the, usually about 2 weeks early, you can start playing pre-release beta. And we'll probably do some short save with that just to kind of look at it. And then we will get into whatever we're going to do next year, which, as I mentioned previously, will probably not be a Journeyman. Now, I know if you watch Football Manager, you probably watch Loki Doki. That's how I kind of got really into the game and started to understand the game a little bit more after dabbling in it for many years, going all the way back to I guess FM12. But I know he's not doing a Journeyman for the first time in a long time next year, for 19, and I didn't want to seem like I was copying him, but I think if you go back in my videos, I actually kind of made that announcement a little ahead of him. Not that it matters. I mean, he gets, 30,000 views of each one of his videos, and I get, less than, 10. So, I don't think I'm going to risk pissing off many people or alienating many people. But very much like him, I have, my personal philosophy is I play what I want to play, and I play when I want to play. And I play, unlike him, he does this for a living, and does YouTube and Patreon and all that other stuff. I have a full-time job that takes full-time effort and time, and so my play time is around that and family and everything else. So that's one reason that I'm not putting out daily content. I think I put out pretty reasonably. I put out every other day, every 3 days at worst. Something goes out, but anyway, that's kind of the thought process. I have looked at a couple of clubs, and I think for what I want to do in my next save for FM19, I'll have to wait for a mod to be released. But there's usually a mod that does like real deep into the lower leagues, and I think that's what I'll be looking for. So we may just dally around with something until that mod is released for FM19, but we'll talk more about that later. So let's get into this season and get cranking away. So today we are going to be playing Ibar. Yes, But let's get into a couple of things first. So let's take a look at the season preview. We have been picked to finish in 8th position at 30-1. And we had the lowest net transfer spending. We have 4 new players coming in, 10 players going out, and we have made almost $50 million. I do have an offer out for a player right now for $3.3 million, which was his release clause. We'll see if we get that. But let's get into the transfers and get you caught up first and foremost. So again, this is what I was looking at the end of last season. And you can see, you know, we were pretty consistent with this wave that we've been riding the last few years. You know, we get the little influx of TV money, and then, you know, we lose money all year long. And then, you know, we went up. Now, we have sold some players. We have made some money. And so that has propped us up from the $40 and $50 million range, or $60 to $70 million range at the height. We're currently double that at $142 million. So the first thing I wanted to do this year is I wanted to address finances. I wanted to try to be a little more fiscally responsible. I mean, we were doing okay, but I really want to try to get the club to the next level. And I think to do that, we need to get our finances in hand. So that's what we're dealing with here. So keep that in mind as we go through these moves. So first player that we moved off was Marcos Llorente. He goes to Brighton for upwards of $43 million. Now, Llorente has played a lot for us. He's been here for 2, 4, 6, 7 seasons. One of our starters. He's always played well, above a 7 rating. You know, and we bought him for $9 million from Real Madrid, sold him for $34, and again, it could go up to $43 million. It was just an offer I think I couldn't pass up. And I do have some younger players coming in that I think will be first team ready or first team, you know, ability. John Alonso went to Atletico Bilbao on a free. No big deal. I don't even know who that is. We did move our backup keeper, Guillermo Fajardo, to Cadiz for $350,000. Fajardo was a nice little keeper for us. He did start a few games last year, 10 matches, when Juan, down the stretch, in fact, when Juan went down with an injury. Played well, 3 shutouts in 10, but just never really cracked the starting lineup, and I think we were able to upgrade this year. So we moved him on. Marvin Friedrich goes to Köln for $1.1 million. 29-year-old German, and he was one of our reserve center backs. Again, nice player. Taking a look at him, we picked him up from Augsburg a couple of years ago for $650, so we almost double our money. He did play quite a bit, but not as a starter. If we take a look, well, actually, I lie. He played 30 matches that first year. Only 12 last year with 19 reserve appearances. So I felt he was expendable. So we got $1 million for him. Brian Cuero, our starting left back. I hated to lose him, but as you probably noticed last year, we were getting hammered a lot with bigger clubs coming after some of our big players. Cuero was our starting left back. Barcelona came in, and I had just fended off another attack on one of our center backs, and I went, you know what? Screw it. Let's sell this guy, make some money. I can use that money to possibly replace these guys if, you know, if it gets to that point. Now, he's only 23 years old. That's why and he's Spanish. That's why I hated to lose him. He was our top player in the left back position. He was, you know, a youth with the club. Definitely started every year. 26 starts, 32 starts, 31 starts, 1 sub appearance. So he's been a starter the last 3 years since coming on. And again, 7 or better average rating. Hated to lose him, but he wanted to go. He said, "Hey, boss, I'd like to go. It's Barcelona." And I said, "You know what? Fine, get out of here." And we made a little bit of money on him. Dorian Bunab went to Saint Etienne for 2.6. 25-year-old striker. He just never, he never lived up to what I thought he would do. I mean, he has really good ratings, but I think his physicals kind of let him down a little bit. Really didn't pass well, and he just didn't perform. And we got him on a loan, signed him for $4 million, so we took a bath on this. But the first year he started 31 matches. Last year he only started 11 with 9 reserve appearances. So we had some other strikers come in, and I thought he was going to be expendable. So we went ahead and moved him on. Jose Pozo goes to Las Palmas for $3.5 million. 29-year-old, another. I hate losing the Spanish guys because you have to have so many Spaniards on your roster, So I hate, and they're hard to get, and they're always expensive. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get the money when I'm selling that they want when I'm buying. So anyway, big thing for him, he couldn't play that defensive mid that I need. He could play that left mid, but he wasn't really great at it. Yeah, he was, but what ended up being, he was like 5th or 6th on the depth chart, and he was one of the older players. So I went, you know what? Let's go ahead and move him. We signed him for 6.25 last year. I thought he would step up. Actually didn't play poorly, but he only had 3 appearances and, only 1 start. So I said, you know what, let's just get some of that money back, get the salary off our books. So that was kind of a fiscal decision. Ernesto Dominguez goes out on loan. Juanma goes out to Coruna for $215,000. He was just a low-end guy. Never was going to translate a lot. I mean, he's got decent physicals. I like him. Good passing, actually, but he doesn't. He's a forward, more of a an advanced playmaker in the mid. I don't use that position. We've got a couple of guys that have gone out on loan that I'm picking up fees for. Mark Marin, we just picked up this year. He was one of our big signings for $1.5 million. So, but he's not going to play regularly. He's more for I think in 2 seasons, maybe 3. So we're going to pick up a little bit of his salary. Raul Matano. Stefanescu, we actually sent out on loan, and then I canceled the loan. I wanted him back for depth at the center back. Couple more. Danilovic, I did the same thing. Originally loaned him out and then thought better of it. Here's the guy that I really didn't want to trade or sell. Cuero, that was just, I couldn't fight the money battle. Angel Flores goes to AC Milan for $3 million. That can increase to 6.75. Very good young prospect. On my back line, can play 2 positions. Huge pace. I really liked this kid. Didn't want to sell him, but I was looking at depth. I was looking at money. And, I'm kind of having seller regret, that I maybe should have held on and tried to have gotten more, because I think he would have eventually been up in this $30 to $40 million range. And so they got him early. But I think, we did okay. Juanma goes out for $49,000. Indai goes out for $125,000. So we made $90 million this offseason. So what I did on the incoming side, again, trying to be fiscally responsible, and a lot of this episode is going to be going over initial transfers for the season so everybody knows where we are at, and then we'll do one match. So this Lujic comes in on a free from I think they were Dutch. Yeah. So he's a center back. He gives us some good he's not as good as Angel Flores, but I think he's pretty good. And he was on a free, so we pick him up. Mark Marin we pick up for $1.5 million. Spanish, again, if I find these young Spanish kids, I really look at them hard. And I think he's got some potential. He could probably play, but not, you know, you can see he's going to be fourth, fifth option at best. So I figured we'd loan him out for a year, let him develop a little bit, and get some of his money back. Augustin we get on, and then what I did is I loaned a lot of players in. So we pick up Augustin from Olympique Marseille. He is a right back, and I think he's going to be pretty decent. He's going to probably be our primary backup at that. So we did pick him up his first team, so we may have lied. Sergio Flano from Alaves on loan. He is another right back. I just ended up being really thin at right back, and I was afraid because Alcaraz, remember, is a center back, and Ramalho is a center back as well. So we may end up having to move those guys over, or I'm going to be real shallow there. So these guys were really picked up on loan to fill that right back role. Stefano Stritti comes on loan from Roma, 20-year-old left back, and again, I like his numbers, and again, I was trying to bring guys in that were going to be cheap, not cost us any money, and I don't think we're paying anything for any of those guys. Nico de Witt popped up on my scouting radar. I do like Dutch players. I guess that goes back to Robbins and Van Persie, and watching Holland in the World Cup. But not this year, but 4 years ago and 8 years ago. But again, he can play that defensive mid. He gives us some depth there. Castillejo is 30, so he's kind of fallen off the radar a little bit. So anyway, he looked good enough. I picked him up. He wasn't that expensive. Umberto De Rose comes on loan from AC Milan. Again, another defensive mid, Segunda Volante. He will probably start for us. We did sign him as first team, and I do like what he offers. He's actually one of our better passers, which I really wanted for the midfield. And Ashley Moore, don't remember him. We got him on a free. He's not very expensive. Let's see. Yeah, he probably won't play a lot, but he has decent physicals. Needs to work on his technicals, but, again, he could probably do the job for us. So we spent 3.1, made 90, so it was a good offseason for us. And, again, I was trying to, really get finances in line. The one thing you don't see in there is... Not that. Is it Pepe Garcia? Okay, Pepe Garcia came back, and he's going to be in goal, our backup keeper. Vincent Juan, also only 19, is back as our starting keeper. Garcia actually has a lot more upside, but Juan's better now. I don't know. I may rotate them pretty hard this year. Anyway, that's the moves. So you can see we have quite a few guys that are, we have 4 guys in on loan. And we don't have, we've only got one screen of players. So we don't have a heavy side. So really trying to cut those finances back. And you can see our payroll is $78 million, but we're only spending $63 million. So that's really good. So let's get into the match. Appreciate you guys going through that. Let me know what you think about the moves. I'm a little concerned about our back line this year, especially losing somebody like Cuero. But we're not at the top level of La Liga, so that's gonna happen, right? All right, so we are favored. So let's get into this. It is wet, but not much wind. All right, they're playing a high formation. I'm going to go with this. And I'm just going to pick the entire team. All right, so we're going to have one in goal, Alcaraz and Ione, who are our standard starters from last year. Romaglio at the right back. Streety is going to be at the left back. DeRose and Biscuit, so DeRose the new guy. Pedraza, Almendra, Petrovic. Where did I get him from? I picked him up for, I bought him last year. 26 apps, 8 goals. So hopefully he gets a few more goals this year. Castro, of course, was hurt much of last year. Still appeared in 32 matches, but only 15 goals, down significantly. And, you know, just didn't play. He seemed to be out a lot last year. So anyway, all right, well, let's go with that. We'll have Lujic on the bench, Rubio, Ishmael, Flano, Loner, Trigueros, and Hector up top. So who do we have down here? Ashley Moore, Augustin, Nico DeWitt, Stefanescu. Now, Castillejo is injured, or he would actually be in there. And he is in the last year of his... It's not him. Who's the other guy? Is it him? Trigueros? I think it was Castillejo. We had a... oh, shoot. What do they call that in the off season? Shit, I don't remember. Testimonial. Yeah, it was for Castillejo. And he actually ended up scoring 2 goals. So we didn't have much of a, we had 2 testimonials. We had a 5-0 win. Lujic scored, Petrovic, Mark Marin, and Ishmael with a brace. Lazio in the testimonial. Castillejo scored in his own testimonial. Bunab came back. Remember, we had moved him, but he came back for the testimonial. He scored. And Santi Mina, who also is gone, came back. Yeah, because he's with Shakhtar now. He came back and scored. And then Espanyol, they had a testimonial for one of their players, Petrovic with a brace. And then we had a final friendly, Streety, Castillejo with a brace, Hector, and Trigueros with a late penalty. Anyway, let's get to it. My wife must have woke up. I'm getting all kind of texts now. All right, do this for the fans. All right, he's injured, but okay, so yeah, he just got injured, but he's doing all right. Hello. There we are. All right, we're in the yellow. We are at home. Kickoff highlight. So, yeah, we're only expected to finish 8th, but still finish for European qualifying this year. Oh, a little tackle by Biscuits. Santa Maria holds on to it. Madu into Escalante. Ferner drops it back to Escalante. Santa Marina. Really patient with the ball. Couple of 1-2 passes. Oh, nice through ball to Cordoba. And that was ugly. Nobody on the defense decided to block Exposito. And we're down in the 2nd minute. That's not good. All right, let's encourage. Oh, there we go. Hello. Ione off the center back position up in the box gets the first goal of the season. His fellow back, Romaglio. All right. Headed over, headed down, and put in the net. Very nice. I can be happy with that. All right, let's see if we can play some defense here. Santa Maria into Ferrer. All right, we turn the ball. A little bit of a counter opportunity. Oh, Castro knocks it off another player. Petrovic hoofs it down the side. Pedraza right to the keeper. Raya makes the save. Raya, tomato. All right, Almendra comes back, makes a play on the ball. DeRose kicks it to the other team. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, that was horrible. Horrible. So Juan makes a horrible play out of the goal, and then he misses an empty netter. Thank God. Oh, there's a nice through ball. Petrovic. Oh, I don't know what that was either. All right, concentrate, boys. All right, DeRose into the box. Taken down. Hello. Thinking Castro taken down in the box, and he's lining up for his first goal of the season. As long as we don't jinx him. Get in there, boys. Castro with the goal, and we're up 2-1. Very nice. Excellent. All right, Ramalho controls it. Ione plays it up to DeRose. Biscuits. Back to Ramalho. Up to Castro. Petrovic. Oh, nice ball out left to Streety. Crossed in. Oh, a run by Almendra puts it into the net. Nice cross by Streety. Just enough off the line the keeper couldn't make a play on it. That was nice. Excellent job. 3-1. Pedraza into the box. Oh, Alcaraz comes off the back line for another set piece goal. The defenders, the back four, are having a big game today in the net. Oh, that's nice. All right, let's tell him to concentrate. Because, yeah, I mean, we were heavy favorites for this. I mean, I know it said evens, but in the little email you get before the match, it said that, we were comfortable favorites and we should, have to avoid complacency. So we are currently atop the table with the goal differential. That's nice. Of course, a lot of the big boys haven't played yet. Let's go to the dressing room. Oh, I'm getting the little double click thingy with my mouse. Bummer. May have to pull out my receipt and go get a new mouse. All right, I was going to. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Concentrate. All right. Let's, I'm going to take Castro off. Who do I want to put in there? Do I want Ishmael? 19. Hector. I'm going to put Ishmael in. And then I'm going to swap those two guys. I want Petrovic to try to get some goal time. All right, Pedraza for Rubio. He's sitting on a yellow. All right, Streety, DeRose, Biscuits. Drops it back to Alcaraz. Back up to DeRose. Streety finds Ishmael. Petrovic knocked away. Hoofed out. DeRose gets it. Plays it. Oh, nice play through. Nice challenge for the ball. Almendra. Petrovic. Oh my God. That was not a good ball. Through ball to Rubio. Drops it back. Knocked down. Biscuits. He might be my favorite player of this save. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. But he's like the only one that I've really given a nickname to. And I do like him. Oh, nice finish. 5-1. Let's go to, we are attacking. Let's go down to standard. Only because I want to try to let them rest up a little bit, right? Oh, paused. There we go. Hello. There we are. So 4 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances. We've really created good in this match. Santa Maria with a yellow. If you are watching this, if you are a Football Manager fan, then if you have not seen my ramble from a couple of weeks ago, I actually had some questions that I was hoping to get some feedback on, but I haven't. I know quite a few people watched it, but quite a few for my channel, but it's I haven't gotten any responses. And one of the things that I was really wondering about was, as a nice ball, Petrovic, good save by the keeper. Oh, Rubio with a brilliant header. Keeper had no shot, laying flat on the grass. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's from a couple of weeks ago. If you have seen it and you didn't comment, I'd appreciate some feedback on some of the questions that I had in it. Again, just, and of course, I can make my own decisions, but, I was just kind of curious, what the norm was for people in other countries, or, with more vested interest, I guess, in rooting interest in a club, as far, I love Leeds, and that's the team I pull for, but open netter, Almendra, geez, we are just tearing this up. Let's go ahead and I want to give him some playing time. Let's do that. Would have liked one of the other guys too, but we'd already made some other subs. All right, so this Lucic comes in. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right, but we're going to give it a shot. Petrovic, 7-1. There we go. That's a good way to open the season, right? Dominate, 19 shots, 12 on target. 11 key passes, very nice. Very well, loving it. All right, so 7-1. Lucic makes his debut. Almendra, 2 goals and an assist. And he's my right midfielder, so yeah. Well, so I've got about a week left until the transfer window closes. It'll be before the Real Madrid game. So I'm probably not going to make any more moves. Oh, one thing we can take a look at. I do have this guy. Okay, I did sign another keeper. I thought I had. Faisal Mahdi. And he's probably going to be my new backup keeper. But he is joining us on December 1st. And then German Roldan, we have a contract offer out to. He's 19. Now they've accepted. See, this is a concern, I think. I may have to. Yeah, okay, we're still at that point. We have not gotten to the contract part yet. So he's still contemplating if he wants to talk to us. So, but that's the guy that we're looking at for left back for some additional depth, and I kind of like his numbers. Should be able to get him on a cheap annual salary. And I know that's probably odd to you guys. In Europe, you're used to looking at things weekly. Weekly just freaks me out, and I can't get my head around it. So, you know, everything that we do here in the States is on an annual or yearly salary. So anyway, all right, so where do we go from here? We are going to have the draw for Champions group stage coming up. So why don't we plan on coming back? It'll either be Champions and Espanyol or possibly Champions and Bilbao. Depends on who we play in, or maybe both, who we play in the group stage, because we don't know yet. So I'll play a couple of matches offline, or, you know, off camera, and we'll be back. So anyway, welcome back to another season. Thanks so much for checking out the video, especially if you got to this point, to the very end, and that's much appreciated. Guys, we will talk to you next time. Don't forget, leave a like, subscribe, and I think I may start moving that up to the beginning of the video, just as I mentioned last video, I think. You know, my average viewing time is not that long, at you know, 6 or 7 minutes. So, you know, if you guys have any suggestions on what I can do to bolster my videos, make them better, get people to watch 10 minutes, and, you know, or whatever, let me know. That would be appreciative. Anyway, we'll talk to you next time, guys. Have a good one. Bye.